If you are looking for an almost 10-inch tablet that comes for around $130, featuring a quad-core processor and gives you a battery of around 6 to 7 hours, then this review is for you. Hello and welcome to Forest Tech. As always, we bring you tech reviews, tips and tutorials to help you live life smarter. And today I have the Huawei Mediapad T3 10. Design-wise, it looks pretty neat. Plastic bezels that goes from side right to the top of the tablet. This is exactly where the 5-megapixel camera is placed. Now it is pretty thin, around 8mm, with the back made of aluminium, which does feel slippery, so back case would make the grip more practical. With a weight of about 460 grams, it isn't very heavy and feels comfortable to use. A bit about the ports. So on the left we've got a 3.5mm audio jack for headphones, a tray to extend your storage and also to place your SIM card for calls, and then the micro USB charging port. Now I don't see a lot of users preferring to use a 10-inch tablet as a phone, but this would allow them to use it for data SIMs for internet on the go. On the right we get power and volume rocker. At the bottom you get a stereo speaker, which actually sounds pretty decent for a mid-budget tablet. Watching movies will have you notice very clear voice, distinct sound effects, bass isn't there, but overall it's a good listening experience. Now it would have been better to have those speakers at the side of the tablet so it doesn't bounce off the table, but there's always room for improvement. Now the processor on this tablet is a Snapdragon 425, which is a quad-core 1.4 GHz processor. Now you get 2GB of RAM and 16GB of storage, which is extendable with a microSD card. And yes, you can install your apps on your extended storage as well. On the front we get a 2-megapixel camera, and at the back we get a 5-megapixel camera. So booting it up, you get a decently bright 9.6-inch 16:10 ratio screen that has a resolution of 1280 by 800. Now the contrast ratio is about 800:1 and the colors are sharp enough for multimedia usage. The screen is usable with 60% brightness and indoors with ease. Viewing angles are good for a budget tablet this size, and the touchscreen is fairly responsive as well. But it does get full of smudges, so better get a matte screen protector for it. The 16:10 ratio makes YouTube videos leave a letterbox above and below the video. So a little about the OS now. This comes pre-installed with Android Nougat. At the time of review, no OS update have been pushed. When unlocked, you can swipe from the bottom up to quick access voice recorder, calculator, clock and QR codes. You can move around the navigation buttons. Now a lot of pre-installed apps that come into it, which I don't find essential, and it's better to clean them off if you don't need them, just to get a bit more memory to yourself. Theme Manager and Tablet Manager shortcuts are there in case you want to clean up your tablet and manage look and feel. All that aside, a quad-core processor, the performance could have been better. It works fine for most apps, but you would feel it slowing down and having a lot of tabs opened. Furthermore, the performance will suffer if you have a SIM card inserted for taking regular calls. For light apps, you can use the multi-apps and that just works fine. If you're expecting to do fancy asphalt-style 3D racing games, then this tablet is not for that, but still you can play some basic games on it. Wi-Fi is good enough. It's got dual-band wireless network operating at 2.4 and 5 GHz. Keep in mind, if you go way away from the router, you will start feeling lower load times. So this one comes with a 4800 mAh battery, which will give you between 6 to 7 hours for day-to-day tasks like browsing, a bit of multimedia and social media. However, I've seen about 3 movies on it back to back, so you can expect around 5.5 hours of video playback time on this tablet. Now, it does take around 3 hours to get a full charge, which is really slow, and sadly there's no USB-C or fast power charging to get this charged quickly. Now it's coming for around £109 in the UK, as you can see at the time of making review, at an Amazon listing with over 1200 reviews, averaging around 4 stars and above, which is pretty good. And in the US you can get this for around $134. So that was the Mediatab T3. Subscribe and like the channel if you guys enjoyed the review, and do let me know about your feedback in the comment section. I'll be seeing you soon with another review. Till again, Forest Tech signing out.